Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Hot Trades. Today is April the 6th, and just a note for the people that are joining us for the first time, every morning I scan the market for top performing stocks before the market opens and try to find out why these stocks are performing really well in pre-market. I also take a look at the charts for all these stocks to see if they can give us any clues as to what directions these stocks might continue in and if we can still benefit from these moves in any way. So this morning, my top four stocks are Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics, Scienjoy Holdings, WEI, and Phunware. So I'm going to scan my top four stocks in detail, and then I'm going to cover the rest of these stocks. I'm going to cover the rest of the stocks on this list, but not as in depth as my top four. So let's get started. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. So Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics, ticker symbol BTX. These guys are up about 78% this morning with 1.31 million shares traded already in pre-market. So really good pre-market volume this morning, good pre-market action. Let's find out why Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics is performing well this morning. So Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics shares rise 75% in pre-market. Multiple Form 3 filings late Monday, so that was yesterday, show new stakes by insiders. So insiders are taking new positions in the company, and obviously the stock is going to perform well to this news. So let's take a look at the chart for BTX and see how this is performing. So again, I'm not sure why my pre-market chart is delayed this morning. Let's just move on and see. So this morning we're looking to open up around $8.21. So the key levels to pay attention to on this chart, if you are holding or if you're looking to get into this, would be obviously the 50-day moving average. Right now we're looking to open up right above the 50-day moving average, which is around $7.70. We're looking to open up around $8.21 this morning. So for resistance, pay attention to this $8.81 level right here, right? So as you can see on this chart, we've struggled right at this level 2 times already. I'm sure if I zoom out, we can find more levels to pay attention to. So we've struggled at this $8.87 level. So you can see that we struggled right here. We failed right here, and then once we got above that level, acted as support, and then once we got back below this level, it was resistance again, right? So this level seems quite important. So pay attention to this level on the upside, and if we can get above this level, above this 887 level, then pay attention to $9 and then $10 above that. So again, on the downside, pay attention to this 50-day moving average, right? Let's see if this can act as support, and then if this doesn't hold, and then we might be looking to come back down to 7, 6, and then move on from there, right? So pay attention to this 50-day moving average around $7.70, and then for the upside, if we can get above this key resistance right here, we might be headed to $10. So let's move on to the next one on the list, which is Scienjoy Holdings, ticker symbol SJ. These guys are up about 36% this morning with 719,000 shares traded this morning in pre-market. Let's find out why Scienjoy is performing well this morning. So Scienjoy announces strategic alliance with Snipp Interactive to launch new loyalty and reward system to explore Bitcoin and NFT rewards for its 250 million users and 300,000 broadcasters. So that's why the stock is performing well this morning, because of this alliance, this strategic alliance with Snipp Interactive, again, to launch new loyalty and reward system to explore Bitcoin and NFT rewards for its users. So let's take a look at the chart for SJ. So SJ this morning is looking to open up again around 30%. This morning it's dropped off a little bit. So we're looking to open up right above this resistance level, right? So if I zoom out a little bit, you're going to notice that there's this resistance level. It struggled at this level again. So if we go back all the way to December the 29th of 2020, we popped above this level. We couldn't hold it. Also right here, right, which was all the way back in March the 5th. So about a month ago, we tested this level and we couldn't hold it. So the key would be, let's pay attention to this $11.39 level. Let's see if we can hold this level and then move higher from there. If this doesn't hold, and then obviously pay attention to every dollar below that. So pay attention to 11 and then $10. Let's see if we can come back and test this previous high right here, right? So those would be the levels that I'll be paying attention to. Again, this resistance level right here is quite reliable. We've failed to hold this level on the last few pops. Again, so the all-time high highs. The 52-week high is $11.81. So we're gapping up well above that. So let's see if we can hold that level and then come back and see if we can hold the $11.39 level. If this doesn't hold, and then just be wary from there. And then moving on to the third one on our list on our top four, which is WEI, ticker symbol WEI. These guys are up about 26% this morning, 25.5%, with 4.53 million shares traded in pre-market. So really good pre-market volume. WEI, let's see if we can find why these guys are performing well this morning. WEI does not have any news as to why this stock should be performing well this morning. So I'm just going to take a look at the chart. Again, ticker symbol WEI. So this morning they're looking to open up so it's dropped off a little bit, about 21% this morning. So the level to pay attention to, so we're looking to open up right here where this just right here where my line is sitting at right now, right? So right here, so we have this 50-day moving average right here, which I have the arrow at, which should act as support. So that would be the key level to pay attention to. So this 50-day moving average is sitting right around $1.67, $1.68. So that's the level I'd be paying attention to. Right now we're looking to open up around $1.71. Let's see if we can hold this level and push higher, right? So for resistance on the upside, we should be paying attention to this previous high right here, which is around $1.87. And if that breaks, and then pay attention to a psychological resistance around $2. And then on the downside, again, let's see if this 50-day moving average can hold around $1.68, 67. If this doesn't hold, then we might be looking to come back all the way down to $1.50, right? So these would be the levels I'd be paying attention to for WEI. Again, ticker symbol WEI. And then moving on to the last one on my top four list is Phunware, ticker symbol PHUN. These guys are up about 23% this morning with just over 1 million shares traded already. I always say anything above 1 million shares traded in pre-market is good pre-market volume. So these guys have pre-market volume again up 22.67% this morning. Let's find out why Phunware is performing well this morning. So Phunware board authorizes Bitcoin purchases for blockchain ecosystem launch. So I think there's a little bit more into this article. So these guys are in Austin, Texas, a fully integrated they are a fully integrated company for mobile that provides products, solutions, data, and services for brands worldwide. Today announced that the company's board of directors authorized Bitcoin purchases in preparation for the commercial launch of its blockchain enabled MWAS customer data platform and MWAS mobile loyalty ecosystem. Phunware plans to release phone wallet on iOS and Android later this month, subject to so this could be potential mover later this month, right, with this news coming out, subject to application approvals by Apple App Store and Google Play, respectively. Phone wallet will manage the issuance of not not only a Phun coin to reward customers for the value of their data, but also Phun token to reward customer for the value of their engagement. We recently, so this is a quote from the CEO most likely, we recently completed an initial purchase of 25.8 Bitcoin at an average price of $58,000 per Bitcoin and are thrilled to actively participate in such a vibrant global market and community alongside Elon Musk, MicroStrategy, Square, and many other corporations and fund worldwide, said Alan S. Not going to pronounce his last name, the CEO and co-founder of Phunware. We expect to leverage more than a decade of our mobile experience to drive the mainstream of adoption, cryptocurrency while blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to skip the rest of this article again. So that's why the company is performing well this morning. So let's take a look at the chart for Phunware. Again, take a symbol PHUN. These guys are looking to open up just above this resistance level right here, right? So as you can tell, we have quite a few wicks at this level. So just pay attention to this level right here, right? So again, up about 30, they've been pushing up quite nicely here in pre-market. So the last time I looked at it, it was up around 22%. Right now it's sitting around 31%. So we're looking to well, right here, this resistance level, right? So around around $2.27. This level has been quite resistant in the past, as you can see, the multiple wicks right here, right? So we usually fail at this level. So let's see if we can hold this level today and push higher. If this doesn't hold, and then watch out for the 50-day moving average, which is sitting around the $2 level. $2 is also going to be a psychological support level. Let's see if these two levels can hold. Again, pay attention to this resistance level right here at $2.27. Just because we've had quite a few wicks at this level. Let's see if this can hold. So that's my top 4, and then right now I'm just going to quickly scan the rest of the stocks on this list. Obviously I'm going to skip the ones that barely have any volume, right? So for example, this one is up about 19%, but yet it's only traded about 2,000 shares. So that's a really big, massive waste of time. So I'm going to skip those and not going to waste our time covering these ones. So let's move on. So the next one I'm going to cover is eeiq. Let's see if these guys have any news this morning. So these guys, I'm pretty sure, don't have any news. We covered eeiq about a week ago when they IPO'd. I think that was maybe that was a month ago, I'm not quite sure now. But they IPO'd, and then we covered them the next day, and I think they ran up about 700% on an offering that was higher than the stock price at the time. So that's why I'm not sure why eeiq. It's most likely just a dead cat bounce, just because it's really struggled from its highs. This is just most likely a dead cat bounce, right? So there's no news. Again, I'm going to skip long board pharmaceuticals just because there's no volume on this stock, right? So moving on to I think I skipped the ticker symbol on eeiq. eeiq elite education group, up about 22% this morning with 221,000 shares traded this morning. So I skipped that. So moving on to Romeo Power, ticker symbol RMO. These guys are up about 13% this morning with 1.45 million shares traded already in pre-market. It's a good pre-market volume. Let's see if we can find why Romeo is performing well this morning. So Romeo, let me see this. So Romeo Power and PCAR enter long-term supply agreement for Peterbilt 579 and 520 battery electric vehicles. So that's why the stock is performing well this morning. Moving on, Romeo. So Romeo again is up about 13% this morning. Ticker symbol RMO. That's why the stock is performing well this morning. Moving on to Property Solutions. Ticker symbol PSAC. These guys are up about 13.39% this morning with 308,000 shares traded this morning. So that's okay pre-market volume. Let's see if we can find why Property Solutions, psac, is performing well this morning. So let's see. Nothing here. Nothing here. So this came out 5 days ago. Faraday Future Names, Global Post, blah, 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 following the recent signing of merger agreement with Property Solutions. So it seems like these guys recently had a merger agreement with Global Post closing, board Faraday Future Names. Okay, so they recently had an acquisition with acquisition agreement with Faraday Future Names, blah blah blah. So I'm not sure why the stock is performing well today though, right? So it's just gapping up to 13%. There's no news as specific as to why the company should be up today, but yeah, so that's why. So Cara Therapeutics is the next one on our list. Take a symbol Cara, CARA. These guys are up about 12% this morning with 36,000 shares traded this morning. So not the greatest when it comes to pre-market volume, but let's see if we can find a reason why these guys are up this morning. So quickly close this. These pop-ups are quite annoying. So let's see. The daily Bitcoin pause, Illumina lights up, Cara source on index inclusion. So index inclusion. So it seems like these guys are getting uplisted, of some type of uplist. Let me see if I can find anything else for Cara. So it seems like they're getting included in the index. So that might be why the stock is performing well this morning. Blah, 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 blah. Cara. Okay, there we go. So Cara Therapeutics set to join S&P Small Cap 600. Okay, so that's why the stock is performing well. Cara Therapeutics will replace MTS systems in the S&P Small Cap effective prior to the opening of trading on Thursday, April the 8th. Okay, S&P is in is inquiring acquiring MTS system is Okay, so that's why, again, that's obviously big news, right? Whenever a company gets included into the S&P, the stock is going to move to the news. So that's why the stock is moving this morning. Again, that was Cara Therapeutics. Let's move on to the next one on our list, which is Greenbox POS, ticker symbol GBOX. gbox. These guys are up about 11% this morning with 41,000 shares traded already in pre-market. Let's see if we can find anything for Greenbox. So Greenbox, blah blah blah. So this came out yesterday. Greenbox raises Q1 processing volume guidance from 600 million to at least 1.2 billion. So that came out yesterday. This most likely came out at the close yesterday. So let's see if we can read a little bit more into this article. So Greenbox POS raises 2021 processing volume estimates. So Greenbox is an emerging financial technology company leveraging proprietary blockchain security to build customized payment solutions. Sees first quarter 2021 processing volume materially outpaced prior expectations used in initial annual guidance of 600 million. The company now expects at least 1.2 billion of processing volume for the year, improved operating margins, and additional new smart contract token volumes. So obviously the stock is going to perform well to that news, and yeah, that's why the stock is moving this morning. So moving on to the next on our list. So we covered Greenbox. What's next? So these guys are Modric Capital, ticker symbol MUDSU, up about 10% this morning with 145,000 shares traded in pre-market. Modric Capital. Let's see if we can find any news on these guys. So nothing that I see right here. So Modric Capital up on, so it seems like they are doing okay, no, that was quite a while ago. So nothing that I see right now for Modric. Let me quickly check that one more time again, just because my screen is acting up here. Not sure quite. No, I think I have quite a few tabs open up just because of the massive searches. So let me see if I can check that one more time. Okay, so nothing on Modric then. So I'm going to skip Modric again. They're up about 10% this morning. Not sure why they're up this morning. So I'm going to skip that. If you know why these guys are up this morning, please let me know in the comment section. Again, I'm going to skip the next one on our list, which is MV Oil. They've only traded about 2,000 shares, so that's just a waste of our time. Next one on our list is Antelope Enterprise. Ticker symbol aehl, up about 10% this morning as well, with 79,000 shares traded this morning. So let's see if we can find any pre-market news for these guys. So nothing that I can see right now. So Antelope Enterprise Holdings announces pricing of registered direct public offering. This was February the 12th. So on March the 24th. So nothing there. Let's see if we can find anything here. Quickly scanning here. So Modric, quickly close that. Modric, nothing that I see right here, right? So in pre-market trading, so no news as to why the stock should be up that much. So no news from those guys. So next up we have, I'm going to skip the next two just because no volume as well. And then moving on to Illumina, ticker symbol ILMN, up about 10% this morning, 9.22 to be specific, with 17,000 shares traded this morning. So not the greatest, but it's a very massive company, sitting at $420. So that's a massive company. So I can see why the volume isn't the greatest, right? But let's see if we can find out why Illumina is performing well this morning. So Illumina shares are trading higher after the company issued Q1 sales guidance above analyst estimates. The company also raised its F2 full year 2021 sales growth guidance from 17 to 20% to 25 to 28 year over year. So they're raising the guidance for the year, and that's why the stock is performing well this morning as expected. So again, Illumina up about 10%, 9.22% this morning on raised estimates. So that's why that is performing well this morning. So let's skip the next one on our list, lack of volume, and then moving on to First High School Edo Education, most likely ticker symbol FHS. These guys are up about about 8% this morning with 30,000 shares traded in pre-market. The name just makes me feel like there won't be any news on this one, and okay, maybe we do have any news, some news here. So our first high school education group company, ADR, to host earnings call. So it seems like they released earnings and they are having an earnings call. So blah blah blah. We'll be discussing their earnings results in their 2021 fourth quarter call to be held on April the 6th at 8 a.m. So they're doing the earnings call this morning, and they might have reported earnings last night, and the stock might be reacting well to that. But I don't see anything. And then the last one on our list, I'm not sure why we have two stocks here for Modric. So as you can see, we have Modric right here. And so these might just be two classes of shares, right? So two different classes of shares. And then let me see if I can find anything on Modric though, because that might be an issue here for Modric. So there's actually news for Modric then, just because they have two classes of shares. That's why when you look at one, you won't be able to see any news articles. So the Tops company, iconic leader in sports and entertainment products and novelty infections, to become a public company. Not quite sure what that means. Michael, the former CEO of Disney, to remain chairman of Tops, and blah blah blah. So not sure why. So Modric might be okay. Let me see. Okay, well, and his firm, Tornant company, which purchased Tops in 2007, will roll 100% of its equity into new public company created through business combination with Modric Capital Acquisitions. Okay, so Modric is a SPAC, and they're acquiring Tops, so that's why the stock is performing well this morning. So that makes sense now. Transaction includes a pipe of 250 million of at $10.15 per share, led by Modric Capital and leading in institutional investors, including Yamco investors and Well Capital. Okay, so that's why the stock is performing well this morning. Then that makes sense. Blah blah blah. Let's see if there's anything here important. Significant growth in its industry-leading e-commerce and digital platform positions Tops to further expand it with blockchain and NFT, non-fungible tokens initiatives. Transaction value the combined company at 1.3 billion, or 12.5 times 2021 projected adjusted EBITDA, blah blah blah. So I'm going to skip this, and if you're interested in reading a little bit more into details, the details of this company and the merger, please let me know and I'll send you the link. And I think that's it. That was the last one on our list. Again, if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.